Hello, welcome to Week in Review on Trust Television. I am Martia Umar, and on Week in Review, we take a look at some of the events that occurred in the past 1 week. Thank you so much for joining. So the week was filled with lots of political development as the build-up to the 2023 elections gathered more momentum. Hence, we will start with the political development for this week's edition of Week in Review. So as the race for the different political positions gains more weight across the nation, politics of godfatherism, according to some Nigerians, is playing out again. And the politics of godfatherism is very popular in the Nigerian political system. Godfatherism is used to describe a situation where senior politician mentors and installs a mentee to run for political position while being answerable to the mentor, otherwise known as godfather. Ibrahim Ismail examines the views of politicians on political godfatherism in Gombe State. Take a look.
Abubakar Habu Maazu is a politician in Gombe State. He was a youth leader of the People's Democratic Party (PDP) in Gombe during the tenure of former governor Danjuma Goje. Goje is Habu's political godfather, but they now have some differences, and Habu is contesting against his boss for the position of Gombe Central Senatorial District, a seat Goje has been occupying for more than a decade.
That is why I told you the godfather always wants to maintain his position. Goji has been in power for almost 24 years. Most of the younger ones that they are going to vote now, most when he was the minister in 1999, they were not yet born. Some of those that are born, maybe they are 18, they were 8, 5, not more than 10 years now, but he's still in power. But he doesn't want to go. But we, the younger ones, want him to go so others will grow.
Habu Muazu said godfatherism is hindering Nigeria's development.
The election is becoming very, very expensive, and that is why the rate of corruption is always going up and up. And the younger ones may not have the opportunity to serve their country because they don't have money. But if the youth of Nigeria can come together and vote out those that are promoting this kind of things, godfatherism, the country will move forward and Nigeria will become a very great country in the world.
Abdullahi Amtai is a former candidate of the People's Democratic Party (PDP) in the 2020 Gombe Local Council election and former media aide to ex-governor Ibrahim Dankombo. He supports political godfatherism in some instances, contrary to Habu Maazu.
Like our leader now, the former governor Ibrahim Dankombo, immediately I graduated from university, he appointed me as his principal aide. So he gave me a lot of opportunity. When he say, look, I don't want you to contest this seat at the moment. Well, I'll ask him, why, sir? He may have some reason that I cannot even know or think. You know, he has been into the system before me, and, you know, he has a lot of contacts all over the country, so he may see something that I cannot able to see. So, well, I will ask him the reason. If he's tell me the reason that is convincing, actually I will withdraw the candidates.
Nigeria has witnessed conflict between political godfathers and godsons over allegations that the godfathers interfere in their sons' quest for leadership. Such crisis was popular in Kano between Governor Ganduje and his boss Rabiu Konkoso. Gombe State has recently witnessed the same scenario between Governor Inwayahia and former Governor Danjuma Goje. These are but few examples of godfatherism, which many believe may not be good for the politics of Nigeria. From Gombe, Ibrahim Ismail reporting for Trust TV.
And in the peak of party primaries, party delegates are now being described as many as new brides, as they're now being treated as such for their votes in the party primaries. Among one of the aspirants is the Vice President, Yemi Osibajo, and during the week he visited Kaduna State and met with delegates of All Progressives Congress, APC, in a closed-door meeting. The Vice President, who visited Kaduna to solicit the party delegates' support and vote in the upcoming APC primary elections, also explained that he explained his rationale behind his ambition to become the next president of Nigeria. The Vice President explained that when President Muhammadu Buhari handed over power to him before one of his visits to London, Youssef asked the president whether to report directly to him, but the president responded that he's in charge. And the vice president said during President Buhari's time away from Nigeria, he was able to attend to complex and sensitive issues that showcase his capabilities to move the country forward. And let's take a look at some of the things that played out during that time. Take a look.
Delegates, and we talked about a wide range of issues: the economy, security, education, healthcare, all the concerns that we have and all the concerns that the delegates have. So we had a very good interactive session. That was really great.
And of course, results from party primaries have emerged and have continued to emerge. But as a governorship aspirant under the People's Democratic Party, PDP in Kaduna, was getting set for the primaries, Senator Youssef Datty Ahmed was pulled out of the governorship primaries less than 48 hours to the election.
In a letter to the state PDP chairman Hassan Hayat in Kaduna, Baba Ahmed said, credible and first-hand reports have proved that the PDP was yet to learn lessons going by the ongoing primaries in the state.
Credible first-hand reports that have apparently proved that anticipated changes in our politics are yet to hold and lessons yet unlearned, as evidenced by ongoing primaries. I'm not comfortable that the way we are going about bringing out we're turning aspirants into candidates. Any right-thinking politician knows that we are taking ourselves way back into the darkness. This is very clear and very, very easy to see.
Baba Ahmed, who ruled out joining the All Progressives Congress, stressed that unless checked, what was happening within the PDP could jeopardize its chances in 2023.
For certain, I can tell you that APC is a party I will never, ever join. And the reasons are clear. The most corrupt government in Nigeria, who has brought the highest disunity and insecurity in Nigeria. I can clearly rule that out. If APC were to give me the ticket for presidency today, I will reject it immediately.
Trust TV gathered from sources close to Baba Ahmed that the senator had made the decision to pull out of the race because money politics as displayed during the just concluded House of Assembly, House of Representatives and ongoing Senate elections was inconsistent with his ideology of how aspirants can emerge as party candidates. Lami Sadiq for Trust TV News.
And after he pulled out, a former member of the House of Representatives and a candidate of the People's Democratic Party, PDP, in the 2019 general election, Muhammad Isa Ashiru, won the governorship ticket of the PDP in the just concluded primary. Ashiru, who got 414 votes, beat 5 other contenders with a wide margin to emerge a winner. Bello in Kaduna has more.
6 contenders participated in the keenly contested election. Their former Director General of the National Emergency Management Agency, NEMA, Sani Sidi, who came second with 260 votes. Former Governor of the state, Mukhtar Ramalan Yeru, who polled 28 votes. Sani Abbas, who polled 15 votes. Haruna Said Kajuru, who got 11 votes, and Senator Shehu Sani, who got 2 votes.
Honorable Isa Ashiru, 400.
In his acceptance speech, the winner of the primary election, Isa Ashiru, who polled 414 votes, says the PDP will rescue Kaduna State from the misrule of the APC.
Our collective, genuine desire for the rescue of our state from the misrule of the APC, which has caused untold hardship to the people of the state, as evident in the terrible insecurity, joblessness, and the resultant extreme poverty, should continuously motivate all of us to work for the success of our party during the next general election.
Earlier, the chairman of the PDP in Kaduna State, Felix Hayat, said the delay experienced before the commencement of the primaries was to ensure that the exercise met the requirements of the law in order to avoid litigation.
It's a process. Election is a process, and we want to be very thorough. We don't want to leave room for anybody to have a reason to complain. We are doing accreditation, and you can see the accreditation is not taking place here. It's taking place in a different venue. And those who have been accredited, they are conveyed in a vehicle and brought here. And every aspirant is having an agent there at the accreditation center. So once they do it, they will bring it here. And the process of accreditation is cumbersome if you want to do a thorough job that you will not attract unnecessary litigations.
Lami Sadiq for Trust TV News.
And still talking politics, a female House of Representatives aspirant for Lafia constituency in Nasser State, Maryam Musa Muhammad, has appealed to delegates to vote for her in the forthcoming primary. Maryam Musa Muhammad, who is contesting the seat on the platform of the All Progressives Congress, said supporting her ambition will boost the confidence of other women to participate in politics. The Lafia Federal constituency aspirant who promised to ensure that her constituents enjoy the dividends of democracy if she emerges victorious in the primaries and the general election in 2023, said supporting her aspiration would ensure gender balance in governance, as there are few elected female councillors in Nasser State. She says since 1999, the constituency has not had a female representative at the National Assembly, saying that with her experience, she will ensure that her constituency enjoy the dividends of democracy. APC reps aspirant Lafia Federal constituency takes a look, we will take a look at, how this pattern and how she would achieve this.
And my reason for running for this office is because I want to try to make a difference to what I have so far seen happening in my community. We have voted for people, we have stood our grounds and voted for people, but we haven't seen much changes being done in our communities. So with that, I got inspired to come and run for this office. I want to run for this office because I want to involve women in our policies. I want to fight for the women's rights. I want to fight for child rights. I want to involve or include the disabled. And I also want to remember to put the girl-child education first. They have been left behind for so long, and I think that it's time to involve them. The youth are not exempted because the youth are being put aside. And being a youth myself, I want to run for this office to put them in what we're doing.
And you're still watching Week in Review, but we will return after this short timeout. Stay with us. Welcome back to Week in Review. Thank you for staying with us, and we'll continue with some of the reviews yet to be taken. And now we go further as we look at some of the events that occurred in the past 1 week. And families of abducted passengers of the Abuja-Kaduna train attack have appealed to the government to release the children of the abductees of their relatives from detention so that the terrorists can in return release the passengers in captivity. In a video released by abductors, government have been given a 7-day ultimatum to release their children or the 62 passengers will be killed. The report.
At a press briefing Wednesday morning, the relatives of the victims said They are ready to take the children of the terrorists to the forest if only government can do the needful to save their loved ones.
We, the families of AK9 Abuja Kaduna train abducted passengers, woke up yesterday to the sad reality of a recorded audio tape from the abductors of our family members. In the reference audio tape was some highly disturbing information, and since then, life has not been the same with us. It is exactly 58 days since our loved ones were captured, and 23 days after Mr. President issued a directive to security agencies for their immediate and safe rescue. We are still anxiously waiting for a positive outcome of rescue efforts. We are appealing to the abductors of our family members to show compassion to them as fellow Nigerians.
What they are saying is that there are eight children, which we have the names, and which they said in that audio, then Yola, they should be brought down to Kaduna here, and if the government cannot take the children there, they should give us the responsibility. We will take the children personally to them in the forest so that we can get our loved ones out.
The relatives who say they are now communicating directly with the terrorists want government to release their abductors' 8 children to ensure the safe return of their own relatives.
The good news we have is that those that abducted our loved ones are speaking to us directly. So what you are hearing from me, it's unadulterated. They sent a video to us. We had actually asked them the list of the children, their children they wanted. They sent that to us. So as far as I'm concerned, we are building confidence between us and them. For now, I don't have any reason to doubt them because we have 62 people there. We want them out. The government should take their responsibility serious.
The audio was really, really terrifying because I almost crashed down after listening to that audio. It's not easy. That was a big, terrible horror for me in my whole life. I have never experienced such thing in my life.
People, all we are saying, bring back our people. All
Nigerians are still waiting the release of the train attack victims, but the question many are asking is whether government will facilitate the release of the victims before the expiration of the 7 days ultimatum given by the terrorist. Lami Sadiq for Trust TV News.
And a notorious member syndicate of armed robbers and car snatchers has been killed after bombing a 52-year-old Usman Abdul Mumin. The robbers, numbering about 5, attacked their victim while supervising work on his farm at King Ini village of Kankia local government area in Katsina State. The robbers snatched Usman Abdul Mumin's car with registration number and valued at 2,600,000 naira. Abdullahi Yamadi completes the story.
The police in Chiranchi claimed that with the support of villagers, they blocked all exits to Katsina-Kano highway and intercepted the stolen vehicle driven by one of the robbers, where they killed him on the spot. While searching the vehicle, one pistol with 5 rounds of ammunition were recovered.
And also 5 live rounds. These ones are expelled. These ones, they are the live ammunitions, which were recovered inside the magazine. The command is making efforts with a view to arresting the other members of the syndicate as investigation is ongoing.
In a similar development, armed robbers in their numbers stormed Kankia town, headquarters of Kankia local government area of Katsina State, around 11 p.m. on Friday. The robbers blocked Kano-Katsina road near Shagarilo Coast houses and robbed commuters. The robbery was carried out here at this point. People were overwhelmed by sporadic gunshots. Many people did not sleep well on that day because they were not certain what was happening. Most of the victims were traders coming back from Kano. The robbers collected unspecified amount of money and valuables from passengers who were returning from Kano. The driver conveying drugs to me from Kano is among the victims. When I heard the gunshots, I was confused. I left my chemist wide open and ran home. People were running helter-skelter, confusion everywhere until when a convoy of one of these politicians came and dispersed the robbers. Though no life was lost, residents commended the quick response from the Kankia divisional police officer and his men, who chased the hoodlums out of the town.
The challenge now is the mobility, how they move. They have one Hilux motor, and the other one donated by my government when I was in office as caretaker. It was down. It is down now presently. Maybe if we have money, it's our priority now to make it work again.
The residents are, however, calling for the deployment of more security personnel to secure Kankia local government, which is gradually becoming prone to insecurity. The police public relations officer, Katsina State Command, promised to call back after the refine from the DPO Kankia local government. Abdullahi Ismayamadi, Trust Television News, Katsina.
And it was a very sad development during the week where Mrs. Harira Jabir was killed in cold blood together with her 4 children at Isulo in Urumba North local government area of Anambra State. On the same day, there were killings and arson in other parts of the state. The recent mother of this pregnant woman and her 4 kids in Anambra State continues to generate outrage and condemnation. The pregnant woman killed alongside her 4 children have been buried in Anambra State. A militant of the outlawed indigenous people of Biafra IPOB gunned them down, according to reports, at Isulo, Urumba North local government area of the state. And Seriki Kabiru Bakari, leader of the Hausa community in Urumba, south of Anambra, told Daily Trust in an interview that the corpses of the victims were recovered on Tuesday. He, however, said that the plan to take them to their hometown in Adamawa for burial was cancelled because the corpses were not taken care of in the mortuary and could not withstand the travel to the north. He added that security personnel has been deployed to the area, adding that the Anambra State Police Commissioner has visited and assured them bringing the perpetrators to book. And then we'll move on to other developments, some of the biggest stories that occurred in the past 1 week. So youths in Kongolom border town of Meadua local government area of Katsina State have protested the killing of Abdurrahman Amadu by officials of Border Drill, Nigeria Customs Service. And worried by incessant killings of residents of Kongolom town, the youth say they will no longer fold their arms watching customs operatives kill innocent people. Abdullahi Amadi has details of the report.
In a state of mourning, residents of Kongolom border town in Meadua local government area of Katsina State claimed that Abdurrahman Amadu was shot by an official of Border Drill on Friday. The victim was conveyed to Federal Medical Center Katsina, where he was confirmed dead on Sunday. The deceased is my biological son. I feel cheated. He is innocent and the breadwinner of the family. I will never forgive these killers and need the assistance of all stakeholders in ensuring justice. Residents claim Abdurrahman Amadu is the 3rd person in his family to be eliminated by customs operatives, while the unfortunate incident brings the number of those killed in incidents like this to 90. The 2 killed from this family are my grandsons. They left wives and children, which I must take their responsibilities. And as you can see, I am old and getting older by the day. I need justice, no more, no less. Worried by the killings, some angry youth went on a rampage, burning down some huts erected by security personnel at the border town. However, Normalcy was restored following the intervention of the elders, the Galadiman Daura, district head of Mayadua, with the support of police in the area. There were some structures here burnt down by some angry youth following the killing of one of them by the operatives of border drill. It is high time to stop these killings. The victim was not in possession of anything illegal. I can confirm to you that he is innocent. While commiserating with the family of the deceased, officials of Human Rights Network of Nigeria, Katsina State, condemned the killers and promised to take the matter up with the Nigeria Customs Service. This is an institutional failure. Something very urgent needs to be done to stop this madness, at least for peace to reign in Kongolom border town. Enough is enough. A senior customs officer in Katsina who claimed anonymity told Trust Television News that the border drill operatives are directly answerable to the Office of the National Security Advisor. As such, the Area Command should not be held responsible for the killings. There are speculations that hundreds of people have been killed, all in an attempt by customs officials to stop smuggling, especially along Kongolom-Jibia corridors. Abdullahi Ismayamadi, Trust Television News, Katsina.
And the 27th of May every year is marked as Children's Day in Nigeria. To celebrate this year's International Children's Day, the federal government has established family courts in 16 states to ensure child-friendly justice for children, either as victims or as offenders of violence. And the Minister of Women Affairs, Pauline Talon, who disclosed this at a press briefing on Tuesday, said that the establishment of family courts resulted from the effective advocacy and sensitization for effective implementation of the child rights law across the country. According to her, the theme for this year's celebration is strengthening supportive system for the protection of the Nigerian child, a wake-up call. And she said despite efforts by the federal government and other stakeholders, children were still vulnerable and victims of abduction, ritual killings, rape, child marriage, domestic abuse, and others. And that brings us to the end of this week's episode of Week in Review. Remember to join us same time, same station. That is Trust Television. For more updates, you can follow us across all our social media platforms. I am Martia Umar. Thank you for watching.